of your mat. And take a deep breath in. Spread your fingers wide. Reach your arms up. Look up. And then as you exhale, take a cactus arm shape. So it's like you're stretching your chest by pulling your elbows back. Then we'll inhale and reach those arms up again. Look up. And exhale, this time forward bend. Bend your knees. Reach for the floor. And just hang out here. Relax your head. Shake your head yes and no. Relax your arms so they're just dangling here. And bend your knees a little bit more. Let your arms just hang and come rolling up to standing one vertebrae at a time. And when you get all the way up, we'll take another deep breath in, reaching up. Look up and find a little back bend here. And then exhale just to lower your arms, stay upright. Clasp your hands behind your back, take them into the small of your back and pull the elbows. So the more you pull the elbows back, you may get a little bit of a wrist stretch too. So you're pulling the elbows back, which lifts the chest. Take a couple of breaths. Now you can start to kind of straighten the arms. It pulls the arms down. And again, make an extra effort to lift the chest. Release the arms, swing them out. And then maybe separate your feet and swing, twisting a little bit. Just kind of loosening up, just let the arms fly as you twist. Shake your wrists out. Shake out the wrists and then make sort of fireworks symbols, kind of like jazz hands, but not really. Good. Shake a leg. Shake the other leg. Good. Bend both knees. Bring your hands to the tops of your knees and make some circles. So we're loosening up the ankles. And then go in the other direction. Get my clock. So making some circles. And then pause here. Knees together, knees bent, and inhale to reach your arms up. Sit down a little more into this imaginary chair so the bottom goes back, the knees are bent. Reaching the arms up as high as you can. Then inhale to stand up all the way. And exhale to forward bend. Good. Inhale to lift up halfway, lifting your chest and look up. Exhale, back down, bend your knees and step your right foot back. So you've got your hands for support. Straighten that back leg, lifting the inner thigh of the back leg, so not collapsing down. Then we're going to take this left hand, just bring it to the top of the right knee or left knee and push to twist your body a little toward that knee. So twisting toward the left knee. Once you kind of get into the twist, if you want, you can reach that left arm up. Good, lower that hand. We're going to step forward. So right foot comes forward, left foot goes back. Establish your lunge with both legs active, lifting the inner thigh of the back leg, sinking the front thigh. So this time, you're going to take your right hand to the top of the right thigh. Push down and twist the torso. Chest turns to the right. Yeah, and then you can reach this right arm up. sure that the chest gets turned before we reach up so that we're not just flinging an arm around. Lower that hand and step your back foot forward again. I'm going to inhale and lift up halfway. Exhale back down. Bend your knees and stand up, inhaling into chair, and then come all the way up. Exhale, arms by your side. Now we'll inhale, reach arms up. Use your right hand to hold on to the left wrist and bend to the right. Take a couple of breaths. Then within your side stretch, bend your knees. As you sit down, you'll notice the side stretch intensifies. So you may not have to bend your knees a lot. Inhale to stand back up. Switch the clasp of your hands. Exhale to bend to the left. Take a couple breaths here. And then we're going to start to bend the knees, kind of sitting down into chair. Maybe not as deep as the other chair. Feeling that intensified stretch. Then inhale to stand up all the way. And exhale, arms down. Good. Shake out your arms again. Bend your knees. Chair pose. This time we're going to interlace the fingers and press the palms out. So mine are up at a diagonal. We're lifting the arms up. We're knees bent. And now we're going to make circles with the torso. Let's go around 2 or 3 times in one direction and then go around in the other direction. Good. Back up to center. You're in chair pose. Release your hands. Take a breath in. Exhale to forward bend. Straighten your legs. Inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale back down. Step your right foot back. Step the left foot back. Come into plank pose. So like you're at the top of a push-up. Fingers are spread wide. We're holding here for a couple of breaths just to create a little heat. Now bend both knees, bring them to the ground, and lower yourself down to belly. Press your hands into the floor and curl up to cobra pose. Inhale. And exhale to push all the way back into child's pose. Make your arms active in this child's pose, so like you're pushing the floor away. Using the strength of the arms to get your hips back closer to your heels. Good. Walk your hands over to the right. So you can bring your hands all the way off your mat at a diagonal and push the floor away. Taking some deep breaths all the way down into your belly. So you can feel the belly push into the thighs. And then because we're in the side stretch, a little extra sensation down the left side of your body. Good. Walk your hands over to the other side. So over at a diagonal to the left, pushing the floor away. Deep breaths all the way down into your belly. Good. Walk your hands back out in front of you. And then let's inhale to sit up on your heels. I'm going to take those fingertips either to the floor behind you or to imaginary back pockets. If you're in back pockets, you're going to pull the elbows back, lift the chest up. If you can reach the floor, you're going to push down into the floor, roll the shoulders back. and lift the chest up. Take a couple of breaths. Good, sit up. Hold onto your knees, tuck your tailbone, pull against your knees and hollow out the belly. Tuck your chin into your chest. Inhale to sit up all the way, right? So we're gonna take the arms, we're gonna take eagle arms, right over left. So you cross the arms as far as you can. Bend the bottom arm so it wraps around the top arm, and then wrap the top arm around that arm. So your hands may not get palm to palm like mine are. They may be back of the hands, but this is our basic eagle. Lift those elbows up so that they're even with your shoulders, and then pull your hands a little bit away from your face if they're really close. Now tuck your chin and breathe into your upper back. Release on an inhale. Open the arms out to that cactus shape, stretching through your chest. And then we're going to cross left over right, eagle arms. Elbows up, hands away from your face. Tuck your chin. Breathe into the space between your shoulder blades, up or back. Release again on that inhale to these cactus arms. Wah. And then exhale to lower the arms down. Crawl forward. Curl your toes under now. Lift your hips up for downward facing dog. It's okay if your knees are bent. We're just going to kind of shift the weight around from hand to hand, foot to foot. Pushing your chest back towards your legs, whether they're bent or straight. Your neck is relaxed, so your gaze is somewhere back behind you. Now let's bend the left knee and straighten the right leg as much as you can. Push into the floor a little more with your left arm. So there's a line of energy from the palm of your left hand all the way down to that right heel. Then switch sides. So we draw an X, like an imaginary energetic X across the back. Right knee is bent, left leg is straight, and there's a line of energy from the right palm, up the arm, down the back, down the left leg to the left heel. Nice long downward dog. Bring your legs back to symmetry, evenness. And then pull your shoulders forward again toward plank. Plank pose. Lower your knees. Come down to belly. This time interlace your fingers behind your back. Keep the tops of your feet on the ground. Legs are active as you inhale, lift the chest up. Pulling those shoulders back. Now stay in this position, but relax your neck. Lower the chin toward your chest. So we're not cramping up the back of the neck. Then release your hands. Push yourself all the way back again to child's pose. Lift back up to all fours, separating your knees so that they're hip distance apart. Gonna take that right arm out to the side. Push into the floor with your left arm, and then turn your chest to the right right arm will rise some little bit. Then we're gonna thread the needle, taking that right arm behind the left, lowering down to your right shoulder. You turn your head and the right ear is toward the floor. Take a couple breaths here. Then push into your left hand, take the right arm out and put it back on the ground. Second side, you're gonna take your left arm straight out to the side, push into the floor with that right arm, and then as you're pushing into the floor, you turn the chest to the left. Take a breath in, and then as you exhale, you can thread the needle and lower that left shoulder down. All the way down, left ear toward the floor. Stretching the outer shoulder, take a few breaths. And then push into your right hand, pull the left arm out, and bring the left hand back to the ground. Good. Lower down to your belly. And then turn over onto your back. All right, so been sitting all day. So sitting, the legs are in flexion. So we're gonna stretch these hip flexors in bridge pose. So with your knees bent, feet on the floor, hip distance apart. Bring your arms down by your side. So let's just let the focus of this be getting the hips off the ground. So let's step into the feet, lift your hips up. Just lift them up as high as you can. And then activate the arms, pressing down into the floor, shoulders back and down into the floor. Take a couple of breaths. Lower the hips, come all the way down. Separate your feet wider. So my pinky toes are off my mat. And then rock the knees left and right. So each time the legs tick-tock to one side, one of the legs is getting a nice opening through the front of the hip. And the other leg may be getting a nice opening around the outer hip. Windshield wipering the knees a couple more times. And come back to center. Wiggle your feet all the way back together. Pick up your right knee, interlace your fingers around the front of the knee and hug it in. Squeezing that right thigh into the right side of your abdomen. Keep that connection and straighten your left leg. Stretch it out down the length of your mat. Now, hold your right knee with your left hand. Extend your right arm out to the side. We're going to roll to the left, spinal twist. Take a couple of breaths into this nice juicy twist. And then roll back to your back. Gonna put that right foot back on the ground, bend the left knee. Pick up the left knee and hug it in. So we wanna get the connection between the thigh and the abdomen. And then you can straighten that right leg. So I got manky underneath my right leg. You're gonna extend your right leg down the length of your mat, hugging the left knee in. And then we'll roll into the twist. So the left arm will go out to the side. You'll use the right hand on the left knee, rolling to the right spinal twist. Come back to your back. The left knee is bent. Pick up your right knee and hug both knees into your chest. Separate the knees and hug each knee toward the armpit. Or maybe take happy baby pose. Dog is like sitting on my head. Happy baby pose. Maybe rocking. And then release the feet, the knees, the legs. Extend your legs now the length of your mat. For very short little relaxation, close your eyes. You can let your hands rest anywhere on your own body or down by your sides. Now just take a moment to feel the floor beneath you. Feel it beneath your heels, wherever your legs are in direct contact with the floor, your hips. Feel the ground beneath your shoulders, the backs of your arms, and the back of your head. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, relax all the muscles of your face and all of your forward-facing self. Then relax the muscles of your face again. Let the skin melt back toward the ground. Relax the muscles that make facial expressions and communicate to the world. Just let all of that soften. Softening the front body. Feel that your breath is moving gently, like a soft and gentle wave. That your body contains this. Softly, not rigid. Take another deep breath in and out. And maintain this sense of softness even as you begin to flutter the eyes open, taking in the sights of the room around you, all of your surroundings. Maintain this sense of softness as you begin to make small movements with your fingers and toes. Bend your elbows and knees and very gently roll to one side. And then press your hands into the floor to push yourself up to seated. So we maintain the softness that comes from this connection, this knowledge of our connection to the ground. You may bring your palms together in front of your heart, or just let your hands rest on your legs. And recall your intention for coming to your mat today. And acknowledge this shared practice, our small group. The light in me honors the light in you.